Hello, hello, dear Theodor. Thank you, Theodor Hundhammer, today with us, friends. What a joy! What a joy! I want to introduce you first. Theodor Hundhammer is a visionary founder on the online platform Eurythymy for You. He shares his wealth of knowledge with thousands worldwide through instructional videos, live courses, and personal consultations. Originally from Bavaria, near Munich, Theodor's journey has been extraordinary. His passion for aviation led him to study aircraft construction at TU in Braunschweig, where he built experiential gliders and flew them over hundreds of miles, propelled only by air currents. However, his quest for purpose transcended engineering, leading him to diverse fields, including curative education, geriatric care, and kindergarten teaching. Following his studies, he worked at the Walla Remedy factory in Germany for several years, embracing the profound connection between spirituality and technology. He embarked on the transformative path into eurythmy and eurythmy therapy. Studying in Holland, America, and Germany, he established his practice in Switzerland and also offers eurythmy therapy online. Beyond therapy, Theodor's altruistic spirit led him to serve as a project administrator for health initiatives in Africa and Asia, and he served as a board member and president for the Eurythmy Therapy Professional Association, Switzerland, for many years. Theodor has authored several works on eurythmy and eurythmy therapy and initiated various projects, resulting in books and video courses that can still be accessed on YouTube and Eurythymy for You with a 4. Plans, looking ahead, Theodor prepares for specialized courses for highly sensitive individuals and a certification program enabling others to facilitate such courses. Plans are also underway for underway for a comprehensive 2-year eurythmy certificate course commencing in 2025, aiming to enable people to pass on the elements of eurythmy by supporting others in discovering and living eurythmy in everyday life. Yes.
Thanks, Tchera.
Thank you, Theodor.
Nice to hear. I'm surprised myself.
I'm reading from text, and also it's hard to, yes, but thank you for bearing with me with this beautiful, beautiful, yes. Eurythmy, it's something that we have to experience. It's a really deep experience, and I want to start with the currents and countercurrents. The other day I had a little conversation with a friend, and I was mentioning riding. I was meaning currents, and she said something like, "Oh, it's not like we're riding a horse." So the currents and undercurrents, it's such a key experience, maybe, and what role the heart plays in this. Can we start?
That's a great question, a huge question, a very dear question to me, because there's this question also related to play mind, what you have here. How do I not lose all my energies, by working, by doing something, by problem solving, or just by being? And when you look a little bit at nature processes, life processes, they all are carried by countercurrents, whatever this is. But just look at how the water flows from the mountains to the sea, through the rivers. And if not, without even noticing it, the water would just vapor and then in the clouds go back to the mountains. The circulation would soon end, and you find it everywhere. But it's on a different level. So when you have look into your heart, where the blood somehow is pressed to the periphery, yeah? And then just opens up into the whole body. And miraculously, it just comes back very silent, very soft, in a very different quality to your heart, yeah? Nobody actually really propelling it, yeah? And also when you work and you just do what you think, yeah, you have a good idea in mind, or you have a job and you work and work, and nothing is coming back, then you will be empty after a while, yeah, run into burnout. And what is necessary? That something comes back, that you get nourished by what you are doing, yeah? That's the basic principle why currents and countercurrents are so important. And I like to show also these things and invite you to join in to directly experience it. And I've invited Tchera that she can immediately ask questions and interrupt me if something is not clear. And the main discovery is that something can come back, that the countercurrents come about, is that you do not lose yourself, yeah? You engage in what you are doing, but you are still a little bit self-conscious, yeah? You're still connected with yourself. And this makes it possible that others can respond to you, that you notice what comes back, and so on. And this you can also experience in movement, and also the body is very grateful to feel this. And when the body has felt it, and you in your everyday life get the tendency to lose yourself again, maybe the body can knock on your door and say, hello, don't forget to stay connected with yourself, yeah? That you can be nourished from what you're doing. So that was now more about the purpose of why counter movements, countercurrents are important and carrying the life. And how do they come about? I've already a little bit indicated, but I would like to show it, if that's the right moment now. And then I can sit down again and we continue with the next question.
Please.
Yeah?
Please.
And Tchera, it's so great that you volunteered to be to participate. And that's now very important before we start. It's the main principle behind maybe everything, that you do not try to be perfect. Yeah? When you do Eurythymy, as soon as you try to be perfect and so on, you already lose yourself. The only thing is that you know what you try, and then you just try. Yeah? And your body will say, yes, I know, I understand what you want to do. And then the body can take over. When you yourself say, oh, I'm doing it and I'm doing it perfect, then the body will say, huh? That's not possible. She cannot do it, or he cannot do it as well. Yeah? And feels not invited. So this not just trying to touch the principle is actually what brings it about, not doing it perfectly. So when you now join in, Tchera, and all others who watch now, yeah, just stay relaxed and just try to experience. That's the main thing, yeah?
Yes. Thank you for this reminder. And I wouldn't miss a chance to be guided by the master. Yes.
Oh, the master, I'm not sure who is the master. You know, we are so we carry,
oh, yes.
You know, the thing, yeah, a little bit, but in principle, Eurythymy is not something special. That's what I say. Everyone is a Eurythmist, because what wants Eurythymy to be, it only wants to work with what every one of us carries in us. It's only about discovering what we carry in us. Yeah? But the true master is in each of ourselves. Yeah? And I have only the role of having studied it a little bit and tried to make us aware of it. But your teacher is not me. Yeah? It's in you. Yeah? And we both try to connect with our inner teachers. Yeah? And create a communication between us. Yeah, and also with the audience. Okay, question was countercurrents. I give it a try. And you ask if something is not clear, please. So, and maybe, oh wait, it should be fine like this, yeah. So the most important thing is that you just stand, and that you just stand in a relaxed way. And yeah, just feel your body somehow, yeah. Just try to feel good. Yeah. And we step into what we can do directly. So maybe you just take your hands, yeah. And then I say, just create a streaming upwards with your hands. So slowly stream upwards. And when you have reached a certain height, you turn the hands and slowly stream down. And Tchera, you're so great. It was just the best example for all who watch us now, that you did it your own speed. You did not try to copy me, yeah? You followed your feelings. And that's the main principle. So when I show something, everyone is invited to do it his way. Okay, so who of you experienced, yes, I can do it, or others said, oh, what am I doing? You can enhance the streaming a little bit when you put a little bit of tension, but a lovely soft tension. I call it oi tension in your hands. Yeah, and just invite your feeling to rise with you. And somehow you have the feeling something moves along with it. The hands are embedded. And then take your time to turn, to change, and then slowly stream downwards. And then let go and make a little step. And maybe when you notice your breath reacts, that's already a sign, a thank you of the body. We can speak about the breathing later, but just notice when the breath comes, just welcome it. Enjoy receiving it. Okay, now the count. We have now created a current streaming upwards, downwards. Let's do it again, and then just I add a little observation exercise. So you stream upwards. And when you stream upwards, do you have the feeling this pulls you out of the body? Or do you even feel your feet stronger than before? And when you turn your hands and stream downwards, and you stream downwards and also observe your body a little bit, but your activity is streaming downwards, do you have the feeling it pulls you down, or do you even become a little bit taller? You feel it enhances your uprightness. And then let go. Breathe and make a little step just to relax everything. And we do it a last time. And just to bring the principle is what I sometimes bring, 80% of you engage with 80% of your activity in what you do, the task, I stream upwards. And with 20% of your attention, you stay connected with yourself. And this staying connected with yourself is what brings the countercurrents about. Don't do what I show you now, but you can, if I engage with 100% in streaming up and streaming up, it pulls me out of my body. It lifts my feet and I feel pulled out. Yeah. And all it needs, 20% stay with me, and the countercurrent happens. I feel even more grounded through this activity of streaming upwards and vice versa. And that was what I said in the beginning, what you could also apply to your, how you, in your everyday life, work, yeah, that you do not do your job, but you do it and you feel connected. And maybe this can change something. So last time, just to enjoy 80% streaming upwards and enjoy the countercurrent. And let your breath react. And slowly sit down. And when you go to your seat, you can somehow try to take along what you have experienced. Yeah? You just go and just bring the mood along. Sit down and maybe even feel a little bit what it does to you.
Thank you. More spacious. I feel more spacious.
And everybody will feel something different. There's not a rule, but how it just meets where I am, my inner reacts differently. And all kind of perceptions are correct.
Something came up for me, an idea, I think, that I had from previous trainings, very vigorous trainings, that when we are moving forward, or let's say when we are streaming upwards, that the counter current is moving on the exact opposite direction. Like when we are moving forward, that we have some energy moving backwards for the counter at the same time. Is that how is that? This is a little different than the 20% staying with me, is it? Or is it the same?
You know, everything you say is just a means to grasp something which you cannot say. Yeah. And everything what you perceive is correct. Yeah. And very worthwhile. So actually, when we do these movements, what do we invite into our movements? And for you as an artist and for other artists, perception is the main goal of being creative. And that's through what you perceive, things start to happen. Even in the kindergarten, when the children play in a corner, it's very different when they feel you have them in mind, if they feel perceived, or if they not feel seen. Yeah. So your perception of the children, you don't do anything. You just perceive, and it can change such a lot. And Eurythymy actually is about bringing things about through perception. Yeah. I have not forgotten your question. I just try to make a spiral around it, you know. And so in a way, it's all about, you have a movement in mind, perhaps, what kind, yeah. It can be a Eurythymy movement, it can be another movement. And then you try not to impose your idea of the movement directly in what you're doing, because then it's how you imagine it to be, yeah. And that's always limited because your consciousness, we want to have a universal consciousness, but actually it's a limited consciousness. And what you have to learn, that's a little bit like for your inner being, you can feel a little bit like dying because you have something in mind. It's an important idea, really valuable, but in a way, to reach what you have in mind, you must let go first. And you must trust that your inner being will pick it up and bring it forward. And when this happens, then what you do, if it comes out of a having let go before, then you can do it without losing energy, because it's 100% you. And this, what you do is just, wow, so fulfilling for yourself. The same thing when you just do because you think it's a good idea and you do everything to put it into action, you will get exhausted. And it's an art to learn how to let go and to wait. Will my inner pick it up? And that's where the perception comes into play, that somehow then you only, because your body has understood what you want to do, and then when you start to, then you are only accompany what's happening through your perception. Yeah, I can cross my arms because I want to cross them, or I have the picture in mind of crossing and my body feels it, and now I just feel my body picks it up and I perceive my hands and let them follow. And this is what we in Eurythymy sometimes call the principle of the I, of the ego, of the higher self. You don't have words for it. It's just your own principle. It's your essence. Yeah. And your essence you cannot describe in concepts. And just working through perception somehow invites your essence, what you really want to bring into your movement, and actually makes it beautiful. And now back to your question. We in Eurythymy, we have, I just said no concepts, and now I say we have for everything a concept. Yeah, but and it is a little bit when we sometimes want to express, we also walk forms. We move also in space. And when we just walk, we want to express the quality of the self, of the I. We actually walk a line forwards and then the same line backwards again. Yeah? So that you have the feeling it's going in this way, and at the same time, I'm stay connected, with where I come from. I do not lose where I come from. We actually could try it. When you bring it, we could make an experiment. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Then I might need a different perspective. Let's try this one. Okay. And it's very simple, but that's just to know what consciousness can do. And you just stand in a way that you can move, maybe depending on whoever is looking now, 3 or 4 steps forward, and you just stand here, and then you make 4 steps forward, or just to test, I go that far, that feels good, and then my cupboard comes, I stop in a certain distance, it's perfect, and then I go back again. And now you could have the inner image of, what some people like to do. I'm just thinking of some people who, okay, now I'm back in the story, that you do bungee jumping. You have a sort of rubber band on which you tie yourself and which somehow, rescues you. And you just imagine, but you do not jump. You have a tree behind you, and you have a sort of something around your body, and you can connect a rubber band between your body and the tree behind. And then you just know there's this tree behind me, I'm here, there's my rubber band, and it's connected to my body. And then you can start walking forward very gently and have the feeling you stretch this rubber band, yeah? And then it's just a gentle letting go that it gently brings you back. Yeah? As if it would pull you back very gently. And I have done it and my breath reacts already. Okay, then I know it was not only in my head, it was somehow connected with the body. Let's do it 1 or 2 more times just to experience it. You stand, you prepare your body a little bit, you feel the tree behind it, you connect, yeah, fix the rubber there. And after then you decide, I walk forward, and you feel how this rubber, yeah, the tension in it becomes a little bit stronger, and then you stop and you feel it. And then do it gently, just follow the pull, and notice it brings you back. And breathe. Okay. And in Eurythymy, we connect movements with words. And that's now a jump already. But I just give you this idea that all sounds, and we can discuss afterwards why and so on, but we express the sound E, yeah, with a movement going from the heart downwards and upwards at the same time, like a plant. I grow roots, and through growing roots, I become tall, yeah? And then just come back to your center. And the main principle is that plants grow roots first, yeah? So the going down is more important, yeah? So you go down, and by going down, somehow it carries your hands up, yeah? I create roots, roots, roots. Yeah, take your time. It's a growth process. It's not I'm stretching and make myself bend. No, the E means nothing bends me, not even I myself. Yeah, I just grow. It's just feeling our growth. And now there exists this letter H. What do we have in English? Just imagine this sound, and we express this sound as if we would just imagine you are a twig in a tree, and you enjoy the wind passing by. So you are there, you grasp the wind, and you just enjoy wind streaming by and creating this feeling. Yeah. And just have the feeling the whole body is a little bit the twig, not only the chest and the face, but you grasp this piece of air and invite it and let go. And I'm just bringing it now. I hadn't planned it because you asked this quality of, yeah, that you feel something is going back at the same time. And the German word for I, yeah, I like the English word very much because actually the I, the self, is an I. Perception is the main thing of the I. And in German we call this word Ich. And when you now do just going down with one hand and the other one, then it's an E. Yeah, E. And when you do the other sound or the movement, this enjoyment. And when you now, in a way, dare to speak those two sounds and feel how the body reacts, You can join Tchera or just listen, whatever. But this E, just let's speak it once. E. You feel a lot of resonance and urging and really, yeah, activity. And when you speak the H, it's so silent. So in a way, in the German language, the word Ich expresses we are a being of two worlds. We are this active part and we are the receptive listening part. And that's now my bridge to what you brought in the beginning. Huh? Yeah, exactly. Both ways. That's what makes us, yeah, in a way. So maybe let's try with the E, go 2-3 steps forwards and feel this urge of entering the world. Yeah, just prepare from the heart and then E, and you feel the resonance, the going forward. Exactly, just feel the pushing. And then prepare a little bit this receiving quality. And this coming back. And when you yourself as a being, human being, ask, am I this or am I that? The answer is always, I'm both. Yeah, being human is actually being consisting of what is the word? Of opposites, of things. Yeah, I'm consisting of opposites. And eurythmy actually also means this. And eurythm is always the play of opposites: long, short, loud, silent, work, pause, being awake, going asleep. And oi, the Greek people, they had words for oi, for beautiful things, and oi, when they said, oh, that something has oi, they always meant there's something special. It carries a secret. And I discovered it when studying how the word eurythmy came about. And then you have in architecture, it was used a lot. Yeah. And then the people said, oh, this building has harmony. This people has, the proportions are right. Yeah. It has harmony. It's perfect. And then they had, and it has eurythmy. You find it. And that means it carries a secret. And this, okay, we consist of contradictions, and we manage in a way to deal with them that our human side, yeah, can come forward, can live with it. Yeah? That's somehow. So what the message I want to bring, if I say, oh, I contradict myself all the time, then fully accept it, because that's the most human thing you can do and be, and so on.
It's like one of my teachers used to say that imperfection is better than perfection, because perfection doesn't have imperfection in it.
Yeah, and the courage and trust is missing. The openness to the other side. When you are not perfect, you must be open. Yeah, that something will will take it up. And as soon as you're perfect, you design a closed system where one cannot enter. And also the helpful forces cannot enter. That's again a contradiction. We need help. So I speak about myself now. And then I try to make it more and more perfect that I manage to get it done. And nobody's coming to help me because I do not dare to open up. Yeah. So it's easy to talk about things. It's still difficult to live them. Yeah.
I want to ask you, Theodor, about the alphabet and how eurythmy and it plays with the alphabet, because it's such a dear to me. How do we you know, so many systems working, so many beautiful stories. There's
Yeah.
one story of how they forgot everything, and if they could only remember one letter of the alphabet, then the whole world would open again.
That's already a real something that's so deep, huh? That shows somehow that language is a bowl for something. Language is a sort of receiver for something, and one word there can create this bowl. Yeah, it's not just information, yeah, which you repeat, but actually when you then receive, then these things interconnect and other things can come in. Yeah, you've just brought it. And that's why the word and the letters are somehow an important part of the inner journey you do when you do Eurythymy. So you invite language to be present. You invite thoughts because they are vessels for yourself. And in a way, we all arts, all martial arts, all whatever, all actors, we all use the same body. And we are all very creative with this body. And then you notice different actors have different systems, how they train themselves, or martial arts, you have different approaches to the one body. And in Eurythymy, and through this, you can activate its energies either for fighting, or defending yourself, or for acting, to invite emotions, into what you bring. And in Eurythymy, the special thing is, and that's a discovery, I put it like this, it's not the full something, there's a little story to it, but in a way it was a discovery of Rudolf Steiner, that you can organize, systematize movements according to the system of the sounds, the alphabet, and music, not only the alphabet. So we have a movement for R, we have a movement for E, we have a movement for E, yeah? I've just showed you the E, we have a movement for B, we have a movement for C, we have a movement for D, and I've shown you the H, yeah? And what, in a way, now you could think, okay, it was an invention, how can one do it that it fits well? But actually, it goes deeper. There's a sort of deeper meaning in it. Because when you watch how language came about, there are theories, different theories, but it's hardly, you can hardly imagine that people sat down in a university 20,000 years ago and thought about what is the best system of forming the mouth to bring sounds about and how can we teach it. It must have come about differently. And then, and that's now the theory behind Eurythymy, is that in a way, all sounds express each sound differently, another archetypal force in the body, an archetypal entity. We have forces which can contract, yeah? We have forces which can stretch. We have forces which can create roundness, yeah? And you can feel it in your body. You can do it also sitting, not you, everybody who looks, and you just feel your body and put your hands, and then you just activate a sort of concentration to notice the whole body can become slimmer. Yeah? And now the theory is that's a something, yeah, that is, and we call it, and then this being able to contract, we then call ooh, because you use it also for your mouth. Yeah. So when you contract, and you do the same in your mouth and here, ooh, then the ooh comes about. And you have also the possibility, if you have your hands, it's not so visible now, or you just let your hands sink, and then you just try to become full and round, and you can somehow blow you up. And I don't really lift my arms, I just create this feeling of fullness, and this makes me round, yeah? Yeah. And then I go, and that's natural, you have it. When you have fear, you just contract. And if you love someone, you just grow around this person. And when you observe, you grow first, and then the arms follow, yeah? Or at least then it feels good. Sometimes you just make this, and then the person will refuse. But if you really embrace someone first, and then the arms just follow, it feels completely different, yeah? So, and there are forces who can just, yeah, when something is stuck, break it up, yeah? And you need it in your digestion, yeah? When you want to go. So I'm not so good in the English words. I don't know which one can use, which one one cannot use. Well, if you want to go to the toilet, you know, and then you just, something has to happen, yeah? You use something, and that's for example the coup, yeah? So this compression, and then you let go, cool, it can just go up. Or the car, you come down and you feel there's elasticity, a sort of trampoline, and then and your inner elasticity is to open something. Or you can push things away. I expand my space, yeah, with what we call go away, yeah? And that's why we use the letters for expressing archetypal forces in the body.
How beautiful, how beautiful. Thank you. Well, I wanted to ask you many more things.
You notice already, you have to stop me. I want to tell you many more things.
I have to pick my last question. Let's please finally speak about perception again, and how does perception play a role in the harmony and creation of our world, and how is this linked to our breathing even?
Okay, and breathing, yes.
Well, you know, in the
another try
time.
if you want. Yeah, I invite everybody.
Yes.
How can we work with perception? And what I like to bring often as an example is that you just stand upright, you feel your breathing, yeah? And you try not to be too heavy. So you do not just stand on your heels, you stand upright and you put your weight a little bit forward, that the palms of your feet rest on the floor nicely, and the heels, yeah, somehow a little bit light. You can easily just shift them. Okay. That's a good way of already have both forces, connection to the earth and uplifting forces present. Yeah? And then you can now just turn your hands in a way that the back of your hands looks backwards, the palms forward. That helps a little bit. It's not necessary, but it helps. And then feel your back and feel your arms. And then just try that the arms rise somehow by themselves. They feel light. And you just want them make rise. And just go as far as it feels easy. Stop where you want to stop. And after a while, you gently let them sink again. And it helps when you feel your back. And when you feel your arms. And maybe when you let go, you notice the breath reacts. Do a little step that sets everything on, yeah. With a reset, a nice reset, everything has moved. Yeah, you don't have to, but it's nice. And now the exercise is actually try not to do too much yourself. If you get stuck, you cheat a little, you do something. I sometimes just press my button together, yeah, something. But I try not to lift the arms directly, yeah. You can a little bit, but you try that it happens by itself. So try again. Turn the hands a little bit. And then just invite it to happen. It can go so far that the hand even start pointing to a sort of star above you, yeah, and you feel, oh, they are meeting above me. And then you feel, oh, there's a counter star below, and you just relax. And you let them sink as light as possible. And when you feel like it, let your breath react. And now the question, what is the role of perception? In a way, that's two different ways of being in your body and bring movement about. You can lift your arms with your will, yeah, what you normally do. And you just, we somewhere decided, we try to let our arms rise. And then we just perceive it happen. And that's not logical. Normally you think you must do something that you can perceive it. But if there is the thing that you can perceive, and then it happens. And what is the difference? I promise you, there is nobody standing lifting your arms. It's the same muscles. Yeah? It's the same amount of pull, it's tremendous pull, but you don't feel. And that's in a way what in Eurythymy we call the life forces, the etheric forces, the life body, or whatever you want to call it. And it's just another word for body intelligence. Yeah? Your body knows much better than you how to lift the arms in the most optimal way. Yeah? Sometimes something hurts here, but if you do it this way, the body will find a way around it. Yeah? So if you do it yourself, you force the body to lift the arm. Just try it once. Just go into your arm and lift them and try what this feels. Yeah? And then I feel, okay, sometimes there's a little bit of pain. And when I let it rise, it's the same muscles, but I give my body the freedom to unfold its intelligence, how to do things best. And that is harmony. He does it in the most harmonious way possible. And this, in a way, allows you or allows your soul to be different in a different way. Yeah, you do not just do. You work through perception that creates an inner space in which you can like look around. Yeah, it opens up. You just enjoy. And this then allows you to bring what you bring, thoughts, artistic expression in a way which is connected with your inner depth somehow, because you can just be so relaxed in yourself. Yeah, one way of trying your answer, Tchera.
What a beautiful way. And thank you for this beautiful reminder in experience, in the body. So good. The whole world has changed with tiny movements. Yes, all rushing currents settled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be very, very clear, all modern arts are working with this. It's not only Eurythymy who brings it. Yeah, every climber is now, because they're climbing walls you cannot imagine, which was not possible 30, 40 years ago. And this letting go, so letting things happen through perception, you have it, and then you just, the arms follow, you are just connected with your body. You do not grasp to it, but wow, but you're fully connected through your perception. Every dancer does it. And Eurythymy just tries to make this, focuses a little bit on making it conscious, yeah? And then thinking that my body also is just a human being. Yeah? It's just a human being. And like I and every other human being needs to be seen and perceived, yeah? The body is grateful, yeah? When you perceive, when it feels perceived in this action, what, oh, he sees what I'm working for him. And that's why you can use this for health, yeah, for enhancing your health, because your body is just grateful and feels strengthened in the same way as when your boss just sees what you do, or when your husband or wife sees that you did the washing up and not just taking the plates out of the cupboard. Yeah. So saying hello. It's all about, Eurythymy is all about arriving at yourself. That's the same expression as Eurythymy.
Thank you, Theodor. Thank you. And please tell us, you have a free gift for our participants. A beautiful gift.
I mean, when I had, in 2010, when I created my first website, I sat at a station, and then suddenly some texts came to me, being behind, being in front, my star above me, my star below me, my angel in me, and so on. And I put it on the website, and only afterwards told me somebody, that's a meditation, that's a Eurythymy meditation. And then we put it into movement and call it the power of health. And this you can find, and what I showed just with these wings, yeah, and all these principles, they are used in this very simple meditation, but it's deep, and many people already from our courses still use it and tell me that they really profit from, yeah, because it just speaks about, yeah, it addresses different layers and the countercurrents in different ways. So just try it out, and it's, I explain it, and when you have understood it, you can easily do it yourself.
Beautiful. Yes. I'm going to go get it. Yes.
Yeah, and if you have questions, I mean, for all of you, what we try to bring is somehow making these things accessible. And if you have questions and so on, don't hesitate to ask Tchera, you and everybody else, because then we know how we can perform better to make it clearer and so on, yeah?
Yes, absolutely.
And we are very aware it's a beginning to bring Eurythymy this way, and that you really reach many people, helping them, because there's a lot of potential. Eurythymy only wants to point to potentials which live in us. And everyone who asks a question, I don't understand this, I do not like this, helps us to improve.
Yes. And how would they get in touch with you when people have questions? Can they go on your website to email you? Yes.
If you go to www.eurythmyforyou.com, there is a contact page and many, many informations, and also what I've explained you will find quite a lot of background information already.
Yes, yes, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Tchera, it's so great talking to you. It's so inspiring. And we did not speak about breathing. We don't have time anymore, but actually everything what we do should enhance our breathing. The breathing is the thank you of our body. And the only thing is that we focus on not forcing the breathing, but letting it happen. There are so many ways how the breath can unfold in a movement, and just enjoy it, yeah? And like a child, when it brings a drawing, that's my last sentence, and says, look what I have drawn, yeah? Yeah? And the breath comes. Yeah, and what do you do? They say, oh, so beautiful. Oh, what have you been doing? And then the child just, smiles. And that's what we should do also with our breathing. Yeah, when it happens, enjoy it, and the breath will be grateful for it.
Thank you, everyone.
Oh, my name is Anastasia.
Ah, yes, I wanted to, do you know, I
And
wanted to
Anastasia
mention this
is one
before,
of
and
our...
I didn't want to interrupt for this. Do you know? Yes, I saw that your name is, we can correct this right now. You can
Okay,
go,
if you want to, and you
yes,
can leave
yes.
it because Anastasia is so dear
I'm
to us
not
and
sure
our
if
right
I
and left
can
hand.
correct it. Maybe I can correct it. Yes, it passed my mind. Because
But
our
leave it, leave it.
conversation was so delicious. Yes, I could have corrected it from the beginning. I didn't know I was able to do
But
that.
maybe that's
Well,
my
people,
female soul. Look, that's my female soul who wanted to speak.
yes, and my soul wants to be able to see your name so I can reach you. Yes. Well, there it is, friends. Thank you again, Theodor. Thank you again, everyone.
Bye-bye, and thanks for watching. And yeah, it's a joy being with you. Tchera, thank you.